just be yourself, man. Whether that's through, going against maybe your parents, what they want for you, whether that's through what society kind of wants from you, or whether that's even through who your peers essentially want for you too, without you realizing. Be yourself. Because when you're sort of unapologetically, I believe I pronounced that correctly, but when you are like that and you sort of lead your life like that, you'll start to see profound shifts in the way that you pretty much just operate on a day-to-day basis. The way you see the world, the way you see yourself, and the way that you kind of have this swagger with you is going to be unmatched. And if you're someone who's read an endless amount of self-help books, a lot of times things like confidence comes naturally when you're more authentic to yourself and when you basically become yourself. Because if it's your human vessel that you're living in, you can't lie to it for very long and be happy with it. It's impossible. And to be honest, it probably leads to a life of regret. People who always sort of question what if, or I wish I did that, or any other kind of regretful sort of stories that they might have. And I think any type of success really comes down to being yourself, developing that self-awareness, and also being able to accept and nurture it, because you're living in a state of truth. You're living in a state where there's no such thing as emotional burnout, because you are who you are, exactly that. No one else, nothing else, just you. Because like another reason, if you're not being yourself in any kind of way, when you're alone at night, before you sleep, maybe you might have some issues sleeping because you're lying to yourself and you're kind of following this sort of script that isn't you. And I think there's a certain power that sort of comes when you realize your kind of uniqueness. It kind of makes you unstoppable in life because you have so much backing in yourself, you have so much confidence in yourself that there's no other place that you can go from apart from happiness and seizing every opportunity that comes every single day. Really going after what you want to go after with passion and vigor. Like I see a lot of people, even my age, they look like they're exhausted. They look like kind of soulless in a way because they're not truly themselves. And they're truly living a life that essentially has been fed to them, right? Because again, all of the sort of conditioning that we all give ourselves when you get older, it's all within your own control because it's your choice to, surround yourself with who you surround yourself with. It's your choice to entertain the kind of media that you're surrounding yourself with and the sort of, I guess, subliminal messaging that you're also absorbing. Because your brain is like a sponge, man. It's gonna really just soak up everything, whether that's good or bad. So why not try to, be more on the authentic side and, actually try to, listen to yourself a little bit. And even like a few other benefits to like being authentic to yourself as well. It's like you're gonna get a lot of deeper connections. You're gonna get a lot of more real worldly experiences. You're gonna be able to admire life for what it is, the world for what it is. You have this kind of childlike joy that's where the world is just a lot more colorful, man. Like why wouldn't you want to do that, right? It's hard. It really is because again, it's something that's not really common to do. It's not really something it takes courage. It takes willpower to be able to kind of stand away from, I guess, what everyone else is doing in a sense, right? And the mental and emotional toll is just gonna keep building up until you just break. You're just gonna be like, what is my life, man? I'm not even passionate about what I'm doing. That's why everyone's got problems with like 9 to 5s and stuff like that, because they don't really want to do it, but they feel like they have to do it because they can't see any other way out. And again, that's where, like I said in all of my other videos, creative solutions to existing problems should come about and all of that stuff. But how could you even get there if you're not going to be authentic to yourself, So really, really try to do that. And some tips on doing that, it's going to differ for everyone, but spend a lot more time alone. And as much as it might suck, as much as it might, make you a little bit crazy, it works. And I don't mean, be alone and just isolate yourself from the world and just be fixated on a screen all day. Nah, as in actually spending time with your mind and discover yourself, man. I feel like the true secret to finding your purpose and your authentic self and being yourself, it's not to actually craft it. It's more so that you just find out you're like an onion. The more layers that you have to peel off, the more likely you're going to find your authentic self inside of you. So for a lot of people, things like journaling might help. But some people, music might help them connect better with themselves and realize their true emotions. The stuff that basically gives you goosebumps if you get goosebumps. The stuff that makes you really excited. Figure that stuff out. And you'll probably find your way through that. Because if you don't, and you're not going to be yourself, you're just going to be pretending to be someone else. And your happiness is going to be given to no one. It's just going to be like leaking out of you, so take care of it, man. Your flaws are your strengths, and don't give in to the fear of judgment, but give in to the freedom of authenticity. Peace and blessings be to you all, and I hope this helped at least a couple of you.